Guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want to take you through indexing. I also just remembered I forgot to go over page numbers, so I definitely want to go over page numbers with you guys, um, so that you can have nice little page numbers on your pages. So what I'm going to do is do a quick video on indexing, and then if we have time, I'll do the page numbers in this one. If not, I'll do them in another one. Okay. So we're going to index, and what an index is, it's really just an alphabetical listing of searchable items inside of your document, which means everything is searchable. So you definitely want to have all of your headlines, all of your subheadlines, any cross references that you may have. You definitely want to have those indexed. We're going to go over first level index, second level indexing. Just know that indexing can go in levels. It can go third level, it can go fourth level. It just depends on hierarchy. For example, Cupcake Ipsum would be a level 1 for your index because it's a title. And then Dollar Seat would be a level 2 because it's underneath, right? It's the subhead to the headline. However, everything is a level 1 index. So Cupcake Ipsum, Dollar Seat is an index, Bonbon is an index, Cheesecake Wafer, so forth and so on. Everything in your document that you want searchable is an index. You are the author, you are the person who decides what's going to be indexed, but you have to think like a customer or a viewer or someone who is reading your book. You have to think, what would they want to search for? All right, so that being said, we're going to start off with our header. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that the type for my header, okay, so the type for our header is inside of the master page. Typically, it would not be there. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of cleanup. I'm bringing pages out here. And the reason it wouldn't be there, stuff that you want searchable, I really wouldn't have in the master page. Also, if things are going to change, like if, I say, for another book or another story, based off of the same theme, if it's going to change, I wouldn't have my text there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this text as soon as I can grab it. Let me see. All right, so it's locked. So I'm going to highlight this tag. Actually, I can just copy this. I'm going to copy this. Hit Command C just to copy it. I'm going to go to working page 1. Oops, hang on. Not Command C, Command X. So I'm back at the master page. Just to cut that from that page. I'm going to go to working page 1. Make sure I'm on the text layer. And I'm going to go to Edit, Paste in Place. So now I have it inside of my story while I'm here. So see how I did chapter cover? I did that one correctly, making sure the text is not on that page. And then in the back, the delicious desserts. That's going to stay the same. I really don't need to index that, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm going to go back to working page 1. All right, so another thing that I'm going to do when preparing for this is I want to make sure that I'm in the book workspace. I'm going to reset book just so that my looks just like yours. Now what I want to do is I want to that panel that says index, click on that, and this is our index panel. Notice nothing is in here yet. That's because we haven't referenced anything, okay? When we go through and we highlight and we reference stuff in a moment, you'll see all the information populate in here. All right, so the first thing that we're going to reference, so all we did right now is the index panel. We didn't do anything fancy. I'm going to highlight the words delicious desserts, okay? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back to this index panel, make sure reference is the radios at reference, which it will be by default. It's nothing that you really have to do. I just want to point that out to you. We're going to go down here to where we say the new page, create a new reference. Our new reference panel comes up. Now notice it says topic levels, it says delicious desserts. What's happening with this, see that caret and that P is telling me that see that space, right? So there's a hard return between delicious desserts. We don't want that hard return, so we're going to get rid of that caret and that P. We just want the space, so we want it to say delicious desserts. All right, notice where it says type, it says current page. So that means it's going to know what page this is on. Okay, so I'm going to hit OK. Scroll down. We're going to go to where our page 4 is, because we have some title there. We're going to select beautiful desserts. We're going to give that a new reference. Also, notice, so when we made that reference, then it populated this alphabetical listing, right? Remember I said an index is just an alphabetical listing of things that someone might possibly search. Also notice that we had the caret from what we did before under D. You see the little arrow. D, this is what we just referenced, delicious desserts. If we caret down, it's telling us, and that's on page 1. Too cool. All right. So the next one that we're going to do, notice there's no caret at B, but we're going to reference beautiful desserts. Make sure it's highlighted. Click on the new page reference. And again, see that P, we're going to get rid of that caret P. The only thing we want in between it is a space. Okay, and hit OK. And now if you go under B for beautiful desserts, you'll see beautiful desserts. If you scroll down, you'll see that it's on page 5. It's pretty easy. We're going to highlight head turning treats because this is our sub-reference. We're going to click on create new reference and however you want it to appear. So I'm going to make sure that it's capital letters because you do have the option of okay, so head turning delicious treats. Hit OK. And now our story begins. So now I can just go through. So I showed you this way, which is a 2-step. You highlight, well, 3-step. Click on new reference, and then put the information in, hit OK. So that's 4 steps. I'm going to show you a way to get rid of a step. So I'm going to highlight Cupcake Ipsum. I'm going to hit Command 7 if you're on a Mac, Control 7 if you're on a PC. So Command 7. Topic level Cupcake Ipsum. So notice it took away that extra step. I didn't have to click in the index. I didn't have to click new reference. So it's just a shorter way to accomplish the same task. So for Cupcake Ipsum, I'm going to hit OK. All right. And I'm going to do the same for Dollar Seed. Although, oh no, I don't have it. Okay. I'm going to do the same for Dollar Seed. Command C. I mean, not Command, sorry. Command 7. Hit OK. Bonbon. So you guys get it pretty much. It's the same thing. Command 7. Return. Cheesecake wafer cookie. Command 7. Return. All of our Command 7. And right now everything is a level 1. So just going through. This sometimes is the tedious part, but when you realize you don't have to type all of this stuff, it is amazing. Typically back in the day, people had to type all of this information in. What we have InDesign is going to generate this for us. And then we say, thank you, Adobe. Okay. So I have all of the level 1s. And if we look inside of our index from A to Z, we'll see all of the level 1s are in here. If we just wanted to test one, Sesame Snaps, page 11, yep, everything is in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up for our level 2. So I'm going to show you the long way to do it and then the short way, which is actually the same key. The Command 7 is the short way. But what we're going to do in this case is Dollar Seed is going to be a level 2, so we need to push it down. So all of the subheads that are going to go under level 1, we're going to highlight. So highlight Dollar Seed. Let's click on new page reference. We're going to get that same dialog box, but this time because this is our level 2, we're going to push it down. So we push it down. So Dollar Seed goes here. For our level 1, we go to the menu down here at the bottom where it says symbols. Look for C. We're going to look for Cupcake Ipsum. Double click it and it'll take over 1. So now you see how it says level 1 and Dollar Seed is level 2. We hit OK. Let's do it the same way for the next one. All right, so the next one we're going to highlight the subtitle. we're going to go to that new page reference. We're going to push it down a level. That's what these arrows are for. And then for number 1, we're going to go down here to our alphabetical listing, and we're going to choose Bonbon, put that in level 1, and hit OK. When you look inside of your index, what you're going to see is, we carried that down, you'll see beautiful desserts, but right below it, you'll see Bonbon, also showing you that that's a level 2 to it. And if you click on the caret, Bonbon, beautiful desserts, still on page 5, Bonbon is page 8, and then inside of Bonbon, because it, sorry, I said that wrong the first time, let me apologize. Alright, so if we carry down for Bonbon, we're going to see that the page number is listed, and we'll see that, see how it's indented. The indentation tells you that this is the level 2 to Bonbon and what page it's on. Alright, so I'm going to put that back, and then I'm going to continue. Now I might do the shortcuts. So here's the shortcut way. Alright, if I highlight Halva and I hit Command C, what I've done is I have it in my clipboard, right? So I can paste it at any point in time. Now I'm going to highlight Cake Muffin. I'm going to hit Command 7, and now I can move this down, and it eliminates the step of going down here because I have it in my clipboard. I can go to level 1 and paste Halva in. So it just eliminated a step. You can do it either way. So again, I'm going to hit Cotton Candy, which means I'm highlighting the subtitle or the level 2. I'm hitting, sorry. Again, I'm going to highlight Marzipan, copy that. Then I'm going to highlight Cotton Candy. I'm going to hit Command 7, and I'm going to move it down. And because I have Marzipan in my clipboard, I can just paste it in, Command V, and hit OK. It just reduces, your workflow. It kind of makes it easier. I'm going to hit Command C. And then for Sesame Snaps, I'm going to highlight, hit Command 7, move Sesame Snaps down, paste this in, and then my last area for my level 2, I'm going to Command C for the Jujubes, and then highlight the title Carrot Cake, Command 7, and then move it down a layer, and paste that in, and hit OK. Alright, so I have all of my level 1s, and I just did all of my level 2s. The next thing I want to do is cross-referencing, and this is where cross-referencing is where you have two areas that relate to each other in some way. It could be simple as dessert, right? And dessert will relate to any of these, right? But I could choose one, and I could say dessert apple pie, right? And it'll say see reference apple pie. What I'm going to... So we have to have at least 2 cross-references. So I'm looking in my document to see what I would want to cross-reference. The way this works is the cross-referencing usually happens somewhere inside of your paragraph, right? The item that you want to cross-reference. And you already have your titles already inside of your index, right? So what we're going to do, let's say I wanted to cross-reference... that biscuit sugar. Let me see. I kind of want it to make sense, but it might not for now. But let's say I wanted to cross-reference. I thought I just had something. Okay. Let's say I wanted to cross-reference Bear Claw, and I want to cross-reference Bear Claw with Bonbon or cheesecake wafer cookie. So what I can do is I'm going to select Bear Claw, because you're going to select the thing that's not inside of your index panel. So I'm going to select, where'd it go? I just saw Bear Claw. All right, here, okay. So I'm going to select Bear Claw, right, because that's the information that's inside of my paragraph. Now I'm going to go to New Page Reference and click there. So I have Bear Claw. I'm going to change how I want it. Yeah. So I have Bear Claw. And all I have to do, down here where it says type, remember it was telling us the page number. Now I'm actually cross-referencing it. So I'm going to click on the arrow. And you have all types of options, but for our class, we're going to choose the See Also without the brackets, just right here. See Also. Notice once I selected that, this box opened up for reference. And now I can go in and I can choose cheesecake wafer cookie. Select that. Do not double click on this one because we're referencing. Select it, click it, and grab and drag. And I'm going to drag it. I'm going to see the hand. I can drop it right here in the find menu. Okay, so if I can drag. I don't know what's happening with my computer right now. I tell you. Let me check something because it might be because I don't have. It has to be. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what's really happening with my computer right now, but if you did it, what should have happened is it should have dropped here and. Let me hit cancel. Let me try that again. I love that everything always happens when we're recording. So bear claw. Let me make that a capital B. Matter of fact, just in case I got to do this again, I'm just going to copy it. Current page, I'm going to choose see also. And cheesecake wafer cookies. But I want to. I am not quite sure what's happening. Weird. Well, my InDesign's been on for a while, so maybe it's just like, I don't care. But anyway, you would check this. I'm sure yours is working. I'm not quite sure where mine is. But you would select that and then choose add. And then we go to bear claw. I'm just going to see if it's working and I'm just missing it. Oh, it was working, but it wasn't showing. I'm not quite sure why. So I'm actually going to delete that entry and try again because I'm not quite. Yeah, that was so weird. All right, so I'm going to select bear claw. And then I'm going to choose new entry. And then I wanted to go to cheesecake wafer cookie. So I'm going to choose cheesecake wafer cookie. Drop it in. Hit OK. Oh. Well, that time I totally did it different. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to select bear claw. Go to new reference. I know what I was thinking. I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to go to type. And then I'm going to go to see also. And then I'm going to reference cheesecake wafer cookie. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to look for bear claw. And for whatever reason, it keeps referencing cotton candy. Alright, but that's just a flaw on my computer right now. Yours should have worked the right way. The next thing I'm going to do for marzipan, actually I think I wanted to do, I'm going to do cupcake, reference something to cupcake, so I'm going to say souffle, right? So I'm going to highlight souffle, I'm going to hit, I'm going to do our shortcut, Command 7, just to bring up this menu. I'm going to go to type, see also, and then I'm going to try cupcake. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to go to S for souffle and see what craziness it has cross-reference. So see also cotton candy. So for whatever reason, that's what mine is referencing. But this is how you do the cross-references. Yours should have worked perfectly. Like I said, my computer right now might be tired, and that's okay. I'm okay with it being tired. All right, so we have our indexing pretty much done. If we look here, you can actually go through and see all of it if you want. But what we're going to do next is I'm going to make sure I got the black arrow. I'm going to make sure I save. I'm going to hit W so that I can see my index. And I also want to make changes to the index, so I'm going to go back to the master page, double click on it, and I have decided that I am going to go with a smaller index, so I no longer need this, we call it the 2 columns. So in my index panel, I'm going to go to layout, I'm going to go to margins and columns, and I'm going to change it to 1 column, but I'm going to increase my margins and columns. I want like a really cute little index. Okay, 1.75. Hit OK. Okay, so now you all know it will change in our working page. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to pull this out real quick. I'm going to pull this out real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go to pages. I'm going to go to where my index is supposed to be, which is on page E. And to generate this index is probably the easiest thing you have to do in the world. Goodness, I keep nesting my pages, and I don't mean to. So I'm going to just click on the index panel. And two ways I can do this. Down here at the bottom, we have a symbol that says Generate Index. It looks like a little page with words on it. Or we could go to the flyout menu, and we could choose Generate Index. Whichever way works for you, go for it. We have this very, very complex looking dialog box that came out. But really, it's too easy. It's a teddy bear. So what we're going to do is make sure that more options, so make sure yours looks like, yours probably came in looking like this because you haven't used it before. Click on more options so that you can see the rest. Okay, our title is just index. The style, and you can change the name if you want, like to, winter index, whatever the name of your story is. The style is going to say index title. We haven't styled that yet, but we will, same way we did table of content. All of this information stays the same. The only thing that you have to do in this whole big box is go down to following topics, click on that arrow, and then choose tab character. You just want that caret T in there. And that's it, buddy. Hit OK. And now it generates your index for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold Shift and click, and it's going to drop that index in there. And if you had additional stuff, it would drop it over here. So easy. Too easy, right? I know, I get it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to follow, let me go ahead and put pages up because I don't need that right now. We're going to follow the same styles that we did and modify them. So I'm going to bring out the paragraph style panel. Bring it down. And we're going to follow those. So notice in here, if we scroll down, make sure nothing's selected, we have index level 1, index title, index section head, index level 2. These styles were created for us when we generated this index. So we say thank you, InDesign. So what we're going to do is index level 1, I like to have my stuff in order. I'm going to move it down right above index level 2. So now we have title, section head, level 1, level 2. This is the title, this is the section head, the letters, and these are the level 1s and the level 2. So we have to make up some styles for those. So I'm going to go click on index title. We're going to get that same dialog box we've been getting. Where it says based on, I'm going to base it on TLC title. And then we'll see the index. It carries on those same characteristics. Totally happy with that. Hit OK. Then for index section head, which are B, C, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And for those, I'm going to go with the index title for based on. I'm sorry, the TLC title. And I'm going to make some modifications, of course, right? So I'm going to go over to basic character formats. Sorry, guys. Somebody gave me a code. I'm going to go to basic character formats, and I'm going to keep it at bold, but I'm going to change the size drastically. So I'm probably going to go for maybe 18. Oh, how to go back up? 18. For now, I'm probably going to, let's see. I'm definitely going to go for indent spacing, change alignment to left. I might take, and for the rules, I just might. You just never know. I have, which rule is on? Let me see. There's a rule on this. I don't know why it's not showing it as checked, but there's definitely a rule on this. I'll have to figure that out. But then I might go for maybe character color, maybe not. I need to figure out why this rule isn't showing. Let me see. I'm really not sure why that rule isn't showing, but it isn't. Let me see something. I based it off of TLC title. That's why it's a rule below. Alright, I told you my InDesign is tired and it's doing some crazy stuff. But anyway, I might go ahead and, so now, for whatever reason, let me, look, and then it went back to normal. So weird. I'm not quite sure. Alright, let me try to base this on, change that to left align. I really want to get rid of this rule. I'll probably have to restart my browser, and no one has time for that. I'm not browser. Restart my InDesign, and I just don't have the time. I just don't. All right, so I'm just gonna go for that for now. I'm gonna go down to, you guys know how to change your style, so 24, maybe for that, or 18. Actually, I think I'm gonna type in 20. Okay, I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna change my index level 1. I'm gonna base that on the TLC. So you might see some weirdness. It's okay. So I'm gonna base it on the TLC subhead for level 1. Okay. I like that. I'm not against that. So what I'm gonna do next is I gotta change the tabs. Remember, because these are smaller tabs. So I can either, notice I just grabbed that little arrow. Now some of you might not see the arrow. So I'm going to actually plan for if you didn't see the arrow, but I'm going to look for these numbers real quick. 4.6. Okay. I was just looking for the numbers to see what the tab will be. So I'm just going to go with 4.6. Okay. So what I'm going to tell you to do, just in case you don't see it, click clear all. Okay. And then remember, the most important part is to click in this lighter gray area at the top. Just click it one time. I know that from the previous one that I can type in here 4.6. Your numbers might be different, and it's okay. I'm going to put the leader in here, which is that period, and hit tab. And now I have this where I want it. So now I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to do the same thing for index level 2, but where it says based on, I'm going to base it on index level 1 because I already set styles for it. See that? And then oh, sorry. No, you know what? I'm going to base it on TLC subhead 2. And then I'm going to grab some, go to the tabs, and I'm going to pull this, click in the center area, and give it a leader. And then I could put 4.6, but I'm probably going to go with a different number and work my way down. So click in there. And then maybe I want to pull that in some. I'm trying to make sure you can see my screen at the same time. Ooh, not that much. Yeah, maybe like that. Then I'm going to say, yo, what's up with this font size? Let's see, I might make it level 2 at 14. And then in the tabs as well, this little caret right here, so you know, this is how you, this is how that little caret at the bottom is how you control the indent. So I can move this indent up a little bit so that my bottom is in. So if you want to do that for your second level, you can do that. Some of yours might come in automatically, and that is awesome. Basic character format Georgia 13. I'm going to say OK to this, but now I need to check my level 1, see what's going on with that one. Georgia, and it's 10. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Let me go to 14 for level 1. Alright, I like that much better. So now let me go back to level 2, and I want to adjust my tab for that one. Oops. Okay, so now it's affecting this one because that's what I have highlighted. I need to go ahead and click on that arrow and move this out just a little bit. Make sure I'm okay with the size. Okay, yep, definitely okay with the size. I can play with this all day because I love this stuff, so I'm going to hit OK. And now what we're going to see is we're going to see that our index is pretty much shaped up. We're going to see that we have this plus sign, so I'm going to click on the black arrow. And what I'm going to notice is past my margins, when I move that down, $C would go down. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and break this in half at the D. So that means that the next page will start with my letter D. I'm going to click on the arrow, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop that in here. So now I have my index, I have first levels, second levels, I have my cross-reference. So this is what the cross-reference looks like. And I'm going to hit save. Okay, and the last thing I want to show you guys how to do, I'm just going to go ahead and do it on this one, is how to set up your page numbers. So what we're going to do is inside of the master page, wherever you want your page numbers to be, let's go ahead and go to the table of content. Make sure we're on the type layer. And wherever you want your page numbers to be, and this is something I like to look at books for, because if I want the page number over here on this page and over here on that page, you know, I want to make sure that it's there. So what I'm going to do is let's insert a text box. Click on the type tool, and let's just put a type box, like maybe right here. Maybe I'll put it underneath here. Okay, let's go ahead and set some parameters for it. I like to look at the type, so I might put a J in there so that I can see what it's going to look like. I also like to have fun with my page numbers as well. I'm going to maybe make it bold, but for now we'll just do a regular one. But just know that you have options. One thing that I always set when I'm setting page numbers is I'll set away from spine. So whenever I set the page number, because what happens is that means the page number is always going to set itself away from the spine. So I'm going to choose away from spine. Okay. Make that set. And so I don't need that letter in there. Here's the part. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go down to, you can't see it, it's off the screen, but you will see insert special character. So go down to insert special character. Let me see if I click. Can I click any higher? Nope. Let me see. Okay, so if you right click, you can insert special character. You can also go up to the menu and go to type and type insert special character. With special character, we're looking for our markers, and we're going to look for current page number. Click on that, and what that's going to create is your page number. Okay, and what we're going to do with that is we're going to take that over to the other side, copy that, and I'm holding shift, copy, and bring it to the other side. And I want to, and notice one thing that's cool, because I said away from spine, I didn't have to switch it. It knows that the spine's over there, and it's positioning itself on the other side. Let me zoom in real quick, zoom out, and I'm just trying to line it up. Alright, so we have these page numbers. They're in here for us. Let me make sure that I don't have any weird spacing on this one. So I'm going to go to my type tool, go to paragraph, and I'm just making sure I don't have any left indents. And I do have a left indent. Why did that just make it worse? Okay, so I needed to remove that spacing. I was just noticing there was a weird spacing on that one. Okay, so this one, make sure no spacing is on that one. Type tool, let me just get it rid of it, even though it's not affecting it. Yeah. There we go. All right, okay. So I'm gonna hit 0. And now we have the page numbers. Now, we are going to have to use these a couple of times, and we kind of want them in the same spots, especially on the pages that are following our same margins. But there are some that aren't. So what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight both of these, copy it into the clipboard, and then I'm just going to go through the other pages that we have in our document, which are, let me see, where did my pages go? All right. I can't find it at the moment, so I'm just going to Windows Pages. And then I'm going to go into the master page. So for the chapter cover, I'll highlight those. And I'm going to go to Edit, Paste in Place. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm on the text layer, and I am because it's red. Okay. And then this is where we may have to adjust it a little bit because this page is set up differently than our last page. So I might put it here at the bottom. Grab this one, put it here, grab this one, put it here. And if I'm worried about them being lined up, like for whatever reason, they don't look aligned to me, I'm going to select both. And then this is where I can use our align options that we have. If we don't see them up at the top, what we can do is go to Window, go down to Objects and Layout, and choose Align. And then now I have the options, and I'm just going to align these to the bottom. So where it says Align Bottom Edges, click there, and I can align it. Or I can align it to the top as well. It'll do the same thing. So let me move that. Okay, that looks good. Awesome. All right, so that was for our chapter cover, and I happen to know that our content, I think, is following this. Nope, it's following similar to the other one. All right, so we know that we still have in our clipboard the last time we did the change of the page. So I'm going to go to Edit, Paste in Place. With these page numbers, I want to do something different because we have room to play, right? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to click on one, zoom in, and I'm going to make this text box a little bigger. And I'm going to set some different parameters for this one. Maybe I'll make it 72. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make it like that. And maybe I'll play with the tint. I don't know. I make this stuff up as I go, guys. I really do. Come here. And it's just a larger page number to add some type of additional interest to this page. So that tint, let me try. I typically like to make it as large, as possible. Hang on. I mean, as light as possible. Okay, kind of like that tint. All right, so what I do for one, I need to make sure I'm done for the other. Let me reset this. It gets crazy. I hate when my desktop. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom out quite a bit. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to copy this. Well, I'm going to Alt drag that route. Hold Alt. Bring this one over here a little bit. I'm going to try to play with aligning. Again, I'm going to bring up the Align panel. Window, Object and Layout, Align. I'm just going to dock this under here. And then I'm going to distribute, but I want to distribute it actually to the spread. And I want to distribute horizontal centers. Okay, and I want to make sure that they are aligning. So I'm going to align them to, bottom edge. Okay, and then I can manipulate them and move them further from there. So I'm going to move this up. I'm going to take this one, move it in some. Take this one and move it in some as well. Okay, so that's for the content pages. I'll move this out. The index, I'll pretty much follow the table of content. So I'll click on index, and I'll go to edit, paste in place. And the back cover, I'm not really worried about. All right, so with these pages set up, what we can do now, if we go into, and that's pretty much how we set up the pages. So if we go into our story, and let me go ahead and pick 0, and we look on page 2, 3, we'll start seeing our page numbers formulate and populate it inside, and that's all we did, right? Look at that, page 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then our back. So we just set up our page numbers for our site, which was too easy, right? Super easy to create. And now we have our complete guide. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now I'm going to package this. I already know you know how to do it, but I'm going to show you again. So I'm going to go to File, go to Package, and I'm going to have this package menu. It's going to tell me everything about my document. I can create printing instructions if I need to. I'm going to hit Package. It's going to ask me where do I want to save it. So I'm going to name this one Final. All caps, so I know there's a difference. And then inside of Desserts Magazine, that's where I'm going to save it. All of this should be the same. There's nothing that you have to change. Click on Package. It's going to say it already exists. I thought by changing the name, so I'm going to, sorry guys. I'm going to hit Final and then 1. Alright, so Final 1. Although this is like Final 2, 3, 4. But anyway, I'll do Final 2. Alright, yours is just going to have your name, the magazine, and then folder. You're not going to have that Final 2 and all that fun stuff. Alright, so I'm going to choose Package. It gives me the option just saying, hey, you know, make sure you're complying with the copyright rules. So I'm going to hit OK. it's going through, it's grabbing all of those files that are needed for this document and putting them together into one place. So now if I go on my desktop to look for my Desserts Magazine, oops, I was not trying to import the file. Alright, anyway, if I go to my desktop and look for my, I'm going to minimize this one. Yeah, you're going to see some craziness. It's okay. Get out of there. It's because I don't have my laptop open. Alright, so if I go to my desktop and I click on Desserts Magazine, and I go for this, oh, I was like, where'd my file go? And I go to Final 2 right here. Alright, so I was just wondering why the zip file was here and why it says December 9th. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, weird. So I already had a Final 2 right here on December 9th. But I didn't have a capital Final 2. Alright, so this is really my Final 3 folder. Let me change this real quick so I don't confuse myself. Alright, so if I look at my desktop and I see that final folder that I just created, double click, I'm going inside, I'll have the IDML file, the INDD file, the PDF, all of the document fonts that it took to create this, and all of the links. What I'm not going to do is put anything in this folder or take anything out of this folder. What I need turned in is all of these documents. But if I want to preview the PDF, just to see what we created, I'll move this out the way for a second. So I have my, so I have the cover. I have the inside cover, the table of contents, the inside of the table of content, the chapter cover, the inside of the chapter cover. My story starts. I'm looking to make sure my readability is okay, that I can see the text over all those images, and I can, so I'm happy with that. I have my index, okay, and I'm making sure that my index includes level 1 to level 2s, and it does, and I'm making sure that I have 2 cross references, and I do, right? And then I have my inside of my back cover and my back cover. So my magazine is done. It is ready for print. So what I'm taking to the printer, I'm taking, I'll take the whole folder, but what I'm sending to the printer is this PDF. And then the printer's going to say, do you want a magazine style? What type of paper do you want? You want it to be the magazine style paper, which is typically is glossy, or they have a medium glossy. And it's a different weight. You'll feel it. It feels nice. Not the heavyweight. So they'll know. All right, so you have the magazine. You're going to tell them that it needs to be 11 by 17 in total width, which is just really the two 8.5 by 11s. But they're going to ask you, they might say words like, is it a spread? And you say yes, but they'll know how to print it. And they're going to ask you, do you want it to stitch? Or they might just stitch it. Typically, they just know. So you can say, yes, I want it stapled in the center, and they'll staple it. Too easy. All right, so you come to class with the printout, but what you're going to turn into me, into Blackboard, of course, that printout, but also I'm going to close this, and I want the zip file. So I'm going to right-click, because Blackboard, that's the only way it's going to accept this whole folder. Click on compress or zip, whichever program you're in. If you're in Windows, it says zip. And then this zip file is what you're going to turn into Blackboard, or into me. And then this magazine file, this with the folder, that's what you'll take with you to the printer, or you can either email them the PDF or, what have you. But just know the difference in the two. This goes into Blackboard. This one you'll take to the printer so that you can give him that PDF, and he can print he or she can print your document for you. And that, my friends, is the end of our tutorials. That is the complete guide to creating your magazine. I look forward to seeing some awesome stuff. I've been seeing some awesome stuff in class, and I thank you guys for being a great class this semester. All right, see you guys tomorrow.